Hey guys, what is going on? Anthony here with Pistons Talk. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. What I wanted to do in today's video was react to this Patrick Beverley news that did drop this morning. Also get into the backup point guard conversation that I see a lot of Pistons fans, including myself, having because I really don't think it's set in stone. I don't really think the Pistons have made up their mind who the backup point guard is going to be on this upcoming roster this season. But we're going to get into the Patrick Beverley stuff first. All right, for you guys that did not see this morning, Patrick Beverley reportedly turned down veteran minimum contract offers from the Pistons and the Houston Rockets to sign with the club over in Israel. Okay, so I've seen some Pistons fans on Twitter be upset over this, that he'd rather play in Israel than in Detroit. And I'm not going to have those conversations because I think they're really immature. I really do. I think people that are, going on Twitter and, saying like, oh, he'd rather play in Israel than Detroit. I don't think that's it. And we have a quote pulled up from his podcast explaining why he decided to play, and I'll put that on the screen in a couple of minutes. But here's my thing with Patrick Beverley. As a player, you probably love him on your team. As an opponent, you probably can't stand the guy. And I honestly think Patrick Beverley in a Detroit Pistons uniform, I think fans would love him. I honestly do. He's scrappy defensively. He talks shit. He has your players, but he has his teammates back. I think he's just a really good locker room guy if he's on your team. Now, is he a little bit mouthy, a little bit confident? Sure. I like that though in a player. I like players that are overconfident, have their teammates back, and just that type of energy. I like it. I think that's something that's kind of missing in today's game. But I like him as a player, and I don't really have a problem with him going over to Israel to go get some money, and that's what he did. He signed a 2-year, $4 million deal to go play over in Israel, and this is reported from BleacherReport.com. So 2 years, $4 million. And here's another thing that we probably won't know. We really don't know what the Pistons offered. It could have been a non-guaranteed deal to Patrick Beverley to come to Detroit to play backup point guard for the Detroit Pistons. And I think where he's at in this stage of his career, he's trying to get the most money he can. And, I'm not going to, sit up here and judge his choices to go play overseas. He has to do what's best for him and what's best for his family. And if that's going to play over in Israel, more power to him. Now, the quote that he did have, I think will probably kind of calm down the, Pistons fans upset that he'd rather play in Israel and Detroit. And this was his explanation of why he did sign in Israel. If someone wants to pay you to play basketball at a high level, man, go hoop. I'm not about to be at home in September, October posting workout videos. So that was his explanation why he did decide to go play over in Israel. So he likes the fact that Israel offered him a 2-year deal worth $4 million to go play basketball at a high level. We really don't know what the role that the Pistons offered him. Like, we don't know if it was like a Taj Gibson role, for example, where you're just kind of on the bench hyping guys up and you might play, you might not. We don't know if that was possibly the role that Trajan Langdon and the Detroit Pistons had offered him. We don't know if he had a non-guaranteed deal where the Pistons could possibly waive him at a certain date if they didn't like the fit, because those type of contracts in the NBA are there. I know Paul Reed has a contract like that where if the Pistons don't like the production of Paul Reed, they can waive him by a certain date and not eat the cap space. There are contracts like that in the NBA. We're probably never going to know the full details of what the Pistons offered him, but here's my thing. I don't hate that he rejected the Pistons. I don't hate that he rejected the Rockets. Good for him. Gotta do what's best for you. You want to go compete over in Israel, possibly being the starting point guard over there, man. More power to you. There's a lot of former NBA players that are competing over in Europe, over in Israel, Russia, whatever country it is, and they're happy with it, and they're getting the bag. And here's the other thing. When NBA players go overseas, internationally, they get treated like kings. They get treated like gods. And I'm sure Patrick Beverley is going to absolutely love that. But that's enough about Patrick Beverley. I did say I wanted to get into the backup point guard conversation and the talk there. So here's my thing. What this tells me more than Patrick Beverley, saying thanks but no thanks, the backup point guard situation is not set in stone. It's not Jaden Ivey's job. It's not Marcus Sasser's job. It's not even Adonis Jenkins' job. Trajan Langdon and the Pistons are telling you that we're looking to bring in a veteran backup point guard. Now, I know there are conversations of people think that Jaden Ivey should be the backup point guard behind Cade Cunningham. There have been people out there campaigning for Marcus Sasser, even Adonis Jenkins. The fact that the Pistons were willing to go after Patrick Beverley tells me they're looking for a veteran backup point guard to man the second unit. And I think that's something that a lot of us, whether it's on the podcast that you guys comment and watch, whether it's in our Detroit Pistons Bunches group chat that anyone can join, I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to check that out. I think a lot of us are really interested to see which route the Pistons go in. Do they just rely on Jaden Ivey and say, hey, job's yours? They say Marcus Sasser saying, hey, we know you play shooting guard, but we have a lot of shooting guards, and there's probably not a lot of minutes for you there. We want you to play backup point guard to man the second unit. Do they do that? Or do they go the free agency route and see maybe Tyus Jones has changed his mind and he doesn't want to be a starting point guard? Maybe it's the trade route. Maybe they look for a guard that's not getting a whole lot of playing time that could possibly come to Detroit and man the second unit for the Detroit Pistons. We're going to have to wait and see, but I think this is very telling that Trajan Langdon and the Detroit Pistons at least made an attempt and made an offer to go after Patrick Beverley. But let me know what you guys think of this news of Patrick Beverley deciding to go play over in Israel rather than play in the NBA. I will talk to you guys down there in the comment section. Also talk to me about what you guys think of the possible backup point guard situation, because I really don't think the Pistons are just locked in on Jaden Ivey or Marcus Sasser playing that backup point guard spot. But talk to me down there what you guys are thinking. Like always, hope you guys are staying safe. Take care. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.